Joe Walsh is a Republican Tea Party freshman, which of course means he's taking the most amount of money from banks. In the Tea Party freshman class, Joe Walsh is a champion. He's like, banks, I'm up for sale. How can I help you? Of course, the point of the Tea Party was to be against the bank bailouts. I love the irony in that. He's also a little unhinged. We've shown you before him yelling at constituents and, saying, don't you dare criticize the banks. Well, once again, Joe Walsh is going to be unhinged and say crazy things. Let's watch.
We have so many people now dependent upon government. So many people want handouts. The Democratic Party promises groups of people everything. They want the Hispanic vote. They want Hispanics to be dependent upon government, just like they got African Americans dependent upon government. That's their game. Jesse Jackson would be out of work if they weren't dependent upon government.
Let's just explore some of the assumptions there. Well, they got the African Americans dependent on the government. So that's it. Jay, I don't know if you know this, but apparently you're dependent on the government, okay? No, because all the African Americans are. In Joe Walsh's world, he's like, there's the good white folks who are working, and then there's the blacks that are all dependent on the government, and the Latinos that are soon to be dependent on the government, and that's, of course, all a Democratic trick. Okay, so JR, you're already dependent. Jesus, you're on your way, just so you know. Okay. Now, you both seem to have the veneer of having a job and working for a living, but come on, who are you kidding? Come on, get out of here. So, and then Jesse Jackson is not part of the government. So if they weren't dependent on the government, then Jesse Jackson would be out of a job. Why? He doesn't work for the government. Like, I get your criticism of Jesse Jackson. Oh, yeah, race bait, whatever you think of Jesse Jackson, et cetera. But what does that have to do with Jesse Jackson, he's black, dependent on the government, yeah. By the way, they redistricted his district. It's now a slight majority of Democrats. First of all, I predicted from day one that Joe Walsh was going to lose. That guy's got a million problems. He owes a tremendous amount of child support. He's gone bankrupt before, has no fiscal responsibility. He's the world's biggest hypocrite. And let me give you one more sense of it, right? He was talking about Tammy Duckworth, who's a Republican who's going to take his seat. And he's like, well, she's a veteran who lost both of her legs and a part of one of her arms, okay? And he says, I have so much respect for what she did. In fact, she sacrificed her body for this country. Then Politico describes him in the interview as simultaneously lowering his voice as he leaned forward before pausing for dramatic effect and then saying, quote, now let's move on. That dude is weird, man. And then he went on to say, what else has she done? Female wounded veteran? She's nothing more than a hand-picked Washington bureaucrat. David Axelrod, Rahm Emanuel just picked her up and dropped her into this district. Look, at a bare minimum, those choice of words are very poor. And all the, she's just a veteran, who cares? Yeah, I mean, if a Democrat did that, if Chris Hayes did that, the whole country would be talking about it. Now, how dare you, right? This guy's got a problem, man. And now that he's in that district, Joe Walsh, na 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 na. It was definitely not nice knowing you, but you're a goner. You're done, son.